What's the worst subject in school?
Math.
English.
Gym.
What is happening?
Man, I was very excited to do this podcast. That answer just went so many different directions. No, let's not get into that. But let's get into it.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's because you can't
Hear me out.
no, because you don't have control of your butthole during gym.
What is everything about? Why are you obsessed with my butthole?
Because you can't.
What does that have to do with anything?
Starting off strong.
Because you said that you have to go. You
Amber.
can't control your side when you have to poop.
You can't control your poop.
Yeah. So when you go, you have to go. So you don't.
First of all, this was never a thing. This was never a thing.
Mid-workout poop?
The mid-workout poop is different than
Is it?
gym class.
Okay.
Yeah, because
You never
there's
had, like,
bathrooms
a-
in the locker.
No.
Mid-gym poop?
This is what I'm talking about. Gym class.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're playing sports, why do you need to have a gym class?
It's for everyone else.
It's
that doesn't have
no, but for everyone else, like, what's the point of forcing kids to
Be healthy.
Because at one point, like
health class makes sense.
No, but at one point, our
Yeah.
country was like super overweight
Mm-hmm.
and like obese, and so we had to have those.
Good. Why do you want us to be?
Why does that have to be forced into the curriculum? Because
Because
I think
that's
because
where the basics
parents
happen.
at home.
We have the.
It's the same thing of
kids
like.
expert here. Shoot.
Yeah, it's like the same thing as like, for example, like free lunch. People are like, why do you need free lunch? Because it's like they provide.
No.
Let me. Okay, listen. I'm trying to explain something. They provide like they have the same requirements at school to provide a certain level of nutrition from fruits, vegetables, whatever. They have to fill that. But for kids, if they're saying that, okay, they already, for example, they have recess, they can run around, whatever. They can do whatever they want in that free time. But if you're forcing kids to be active, so many people's passions have been brought up from those random things that you do in gym class.
Yeah. Okay. So I changed my mind. It's more so about gym later on. Elementary is awesome.
Yeah.
Middle school is okay.
That's
in
so
high
much
school,
fun.
in high school, it makes no sense to have like, because you could be using that time for so much, like so many better things rather than like a gym. Because the kids who are like wanting to do athletic stuff anyways, I don't know about you, but like the kids who are in other sports teams, they weren't like going hard at gym anyways. They were just doing whatever.
You had the opportunity to be in a sports situation. Not all the kids have the opportunity to do sports.
No, but there was nobody
and it forces them to do it. Like, for example,
school,
like you're skinny, right? But like my brother Ahmad, right? He's on the bigger end of the spectrum. So it was.
Did he go hard at gym?
No, I'm just saying that it forced somebody like him who started to gain weight in high school to have that every day,
But in high school, nobody was trying in gym.
Yeah, they were. I was going hard at the pacer test.
Really?
Wait, you had pacer tests in like high school?
In high school, I was not doing pacer in high school.
Yeah, I was not.
Yeah, we
doing
were.
pacer.
If there was, I was not like.
The cool thing is our school had like the option of weight training. So like you can just go in and do weight training, like go in the weight room. And like that was the best because you literally get gym time. And then people that were doing sports too, they would lift weights and go hard.
It's
actually,
a elective.
elective. Yeah.
So that makes sense.
But like I think the freshman and sophomore year, we had to do like general gym, and that was whack. Like,
So what did you guys do in your gym class that
just
you hated
random
so
shit
much?
like
I sat on the bleachers and everybody did. And then like there was like 2 or 3 kids that were shooting hoops.
Oh, that's not my gym experience.
yours was like extreme.
Yeah, like we had this huge field and we'd have to like go like run across it like around the whole field like 4 times.
I think your gym teacher was
my
just like
God.
super into it.
So,
Yeah.
so the other.
But also, mind you, I think we only had gym one semester for 2 years.
What?
We didn't have gym.
So like half, like 2 quarters or 1 semester, and then another.
So
next
for
year.
every year, only 1 semester was
Okay.
gym, and the other semester was health class.
Ah,
Now
See,
that I think about
the
it.
other half of that is the whole getting sweaty
yeah.
and then having to put on the same clothes again.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought you were gonna go.
And
Yeah.
and I would have agreed.
sit and be sticky the rest of the day. Like that was horrible.
And
be
then
sweating.
all the dudes spraying Axe all over and smelling like the same Axe.
We had a
Dude,
huge
Axe-
rule against that.
Axe was like
They would say it smelled like axe with ass.
Axe. Everyone
They
wanted.
smell like ass too. So
The kids smell like ass, and then they're spraying axe, and then they just smell like ass.
Even more
No,
ass.
but like it was so cool to have like Axe, right? Like
Yeah.
remember the Axe commercials?
Yeah.
with like, oh, women are gonna fall over you.
Yeah.
And then the
there'd be
chocolate
women
axe.
running.
And then they're just spraying this axe, and they don't. First of all, you can see all the sweat stains. They smell really bad.
It smelled okay. Like axe was pretty good.
It was pretty good itself, but
But
like you
when
mix it with
you-
ass,
Yeah.
like it's not good.
Because the kids were like, I don't know what it is about high school boys that are just like gross. Like they're like smelly. They're like, you know, whatever. And like, I don't even know if y'all be showering in the morning, but I think that because their bodies are going through so much, they don't even know how to deal with it. So they would smell bad, throw an axe, and then I would be sitting next to some of them in class, and they would just smell like BO with like a tinge of like, what's it called? Like metal.
Metal, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the locker room or
Yeah.
lockers.
Yeah.
Okay, we agree that gym is definitely a controversial.
No, I think that math
It causes problems.
is
You-
a
Math.
solid answer.
okay, algebra really useful.
Yeah,
Super useful.
sure.
Yeah.
So when you go down the line and you're like getting into trigonometry and stuff, then it's like it's depends.
Forget about
right?
useful. I hate that class. I hate math. I've hated math. I can't believe I was a business major because I hate math. And English was my favorite class. I loved English.
The thing, you probably loved English. A lot of people loved English because you can cheat so easily.
No, I would love writing essays.
Essays are fine, but when you have to read the books,
That was so much fun.
like the books sucked. A lot of the books sucked. And if you didn't want to read the books,
Is that what your answer was? English?
mine was
Yeah.
English.
Dude,
I know.
most pointless subject. English is not
I
it.
didn't. I said worst.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
didn't say
pointless
most
was a
pointless.
question.
Oh,
Yeah, I said worst. Because you can cheat your way through the whole thing. Spark Notes, that carried me.
But-
when I didn't want to read the book.
But you can't fit. Okay, that's the thing is like math, you can put it into whatever thing, right? Equation.
But you have to know how to do it.
I hate math. I don't want to know how to do it. But like,
But you have to know how to do it. English, right? Like you can
no, for
always
reading skills, writing skills,
comprehension.
It's so
comprehension.
important.
You learn that what's it called? Elementary school and middle school. Like that's your basic fundamentals. Anything above that, like you
No,
can.
I
yeah,
think
but
that
some
in
people
high
in high
school-
school and college still writing like they're
Like their inferences that you learn, like they're a lot
for sure,
more
but you
deep
can always
and
practice
complex.
that outside, like easily. Math,
But
you don't
ain't
have to
nobody practicing it outside unless you start. Like if I had stopped
and
English
you don't need it
in
that
middle
much.
school-
Like you'll learn, like okay, you suck at writing an email. All right, you'll learn how to like talk to people by actually doing it and like reading.
You know what's
articles
funny
and stuff like that.
is
What's up?
you're an engineer, like you went into engineering,
Yeah.
college, whatever, and like you're like, oh yeah, math is useful. Like forget
No,
English,
I
whatever.
understand people.
Yeah,
that
the
say-
Yeah.
bias is clear.
Yeah, the bias is clear.
But
And
I
like
I
my
understand,
brother,
like-
who was a lawyer,
Yeah.
he became an English major in college because of how much he liked English in high school,
Yeah.
and like that was his basic blocks. That was my basic blocks for like almost wanting to follow in his path. But it's just funny where all of us
No,
stand.
I see the importance of English.
It's actually,
I think
buddy, it's a left brain, right brain situation.
the classes suck. The classes are just terrible.
Yeah.
Like-
English class sucked.
Because-
No, English class was my favorite class at elementary, middle. Okay, maybe
Wait,
not
why
elementary.
was it the best?
Middle and high school, because I was like, yo, this is something that's like, it was the only creative class I had in middle school and high school. Like it was,
Amber's like, yo, can we listen to this audiobook?
yeah, no, like we only had books. They didn't even have audiobooks back then, fam.
No, they had them.
Yeah, but they had them in like cassettes and stuff, and my brother
Yeah.
didn't put me on yet. But like at like having to be forced to read those books that I would have never come across in my real life, and then
So you actually like enjoyed reading them.
I like reading them because then the thing was I was already going to the library once a week picking out like 2 to 3 books.
Some of those
But then
books
having
that
a
you
whole
read.
class read
Those-
them and everybody's on the same page about what happens in that book.
I don't know about
It's like a
y'all
book- it's
classes.
like a mini book
I was
club.
even in honors English, and like half the class didn't even read the books, and we're all like,
Yeah. I mean,
some
there
of the,
was
some of the books
randomness.
that we read were really essential stories to, you know how, for example, anything that you hear when you're in any religious class or just stories that your parents tell you, those stories last forever because there's
Yeah.
some sort of lessons in them, right?
yeah,
And so in the same way, when you read books like Death of a Salesman, How to To Kill a Mockingbird, Hamlet, Kite Runner, there's really important lessons, words, vocabulary, characters
For sure.
And just overall,
They make references like, for example, I would have never, ever, ever read Shakespeare anything in life if I had not been forced to read it.
Yeah.
And then the fact that we got to dissect it in class, I wouldn't have been able to comprehend it by myself either.
So like books like that, Shakespeare, right? I like Shakespeare a lot. In theater class, I actually took theater class. That's where I found my appreciation for those stories because I was like, oh, let me act these out. And like,
well, it's always when you find where you can apply it, right? With math, I hated math. I was like you, I hated math. And then when I'm a cashier or I'm like running a business, then all of a sudden I don't have a calculator and the machine doesn't do the fractions for me. So I have to mentally, add, subtract, multiply, divide, all these like decimal points and all that. Plus taxes, percentages, things like that. And then, how we do all of our business with Alif Theory and all of that, figuring out fraction and cost of like clothing, all that. Then you're like, oh snap, the algebra kicked in.
Also with trig and stuff, like even graphic design, all that stuff, video editing, proportions, photography, it's all like subliminal. Like same with the stories, like, oh, these are stories that, so this subliminal stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did they force you guys to show your work in math class?
Yeah,
a lot of times,
they did.
Do you feel like that had an effect on how good you are at math and mentally?
No, I mean, I think some people are like naturally good at like those things, right? But it was crazy because I went to my guidance counselor one day and I was like, I hate math. I'm genuinely like, it was like mentally disturbing me how much I was like, I could not figure math out. She ended up in the following year, instead of pushing me up to a higher math class, she ended up putting me in financial literacy, okay? Which is basically a class that was like not something they usually put you on. It was dope. Like whatever. And I went into that class and I actually liked that class because it was money math. They showed you how to use money, how to, like
it's
all
practical.
That. Super practical. And I was like, wait, there's like only like the smallest percentage at the school was taking this class and none of those other people took it. Like how to write a check, how to balance your checkbook, like things about like credit and all those types of things. They literally taught us in that class. And the whole time I was taking, I was like, wow, this is supposed to be like a lower level math class, but I learned the most from it. Like it was the most real world math.
Anyways, longest intro ever. No, but that was fire.
Now you are in real class.
Not in real class.
Strange flavors.
But yeah, this is Strange Flavors, the strangest and greatest podcasting in the game. My name is SHAH-AMEER.
I am coming out of gym class. I'm Faras.
I'm Amber.
And this is brought to you by Alif Theory. If you'd like to email us or send us your music, strangeflavorspodcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to get this dope merch, strangeflavors.store. And if you want to be part of Strange Flavors Town, you can with a link down below and be part of Strange Flavors Town, such as our lovely Strange Flavors Town members.
Or no, stores.
Store owners.
And our store owners include Bobber's Bagels. Get the nicest bagels of all time. Freeha's Falafels.
Ooh.
Nicest falafels of all time. Cassie's Cupcakes. Aslam's Apples, Shamil Shawarmas, and it has icy. So if you want
I was going to do the I didn't know how to do it though.
No, but it's always a fun time here in Strange Flavors Town. So if you want to be a part, there's a link down below.
Yeah. We have a dope new set here. These mics are actually like, we've had the mic covers, the multicolored mics for some time. And this happens to be a lot of people's favorite part.
Yeah, we spent all this, did all this.
Even our last guest or the last fellow co-host, he came in, we're like, oh, do you like the studio? He's like, I really like the mic covers. We're like, look around you, sir.
But you know what? I like them a lot too because every single time, even though I'm used to them, it still reminds me of ice cream. And I'm always like looking at it. And actually the way that you look at me or my mic cover kind of like makes me like, am I tasty or is my mic cover tasty?
I'm
like
dead.
you're doing it right now.
Your mic cover's tasty.
And I feel like taking a lick. And I don't know if that's going to turn you on or if that's going to...
It'll turn me on.
Okay.
So don't do it.
But you know what? With the ice cream thing, right? The weather's getting nice and hot outside on the East Coast. And I was recently thinking about how, the kids are out chasing the ice cream trucks and stuff. And our summers were so simple when we were kids because all they involved was... Huh?
Sorry.
Excuse me. English class is over.
I guess it is necessary.
Was a basketball hoop and Freezy Pops. You know the Freezy Pops? They come in a pack of like 100.
Just sugar water.
It lasts the whole summer and they're like $2.
and you just
Yeah.
like cut the top, right? And then you just kind of like drink it or slurp it out.
Yeah.
Those are fire.
And there's always a debate of what the best flavor is and which one, like, you know, always just stayed in the back of the freezer.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. On the count of three,
Oh, no,
what's,
no,
the,
no.
what's the best? What's the best
Should we
flavor?
put it out? Like, what are they? There's blue, red,
There's
purple.
blue, red,
purple.
yellow,
yellow,
Purple.
purple, green, orange.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. On the count of three, say the best one. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Red.
You guys both said red?
Yeah, I like red.
Red and
is
blue.
nasty. Okay, wait. Say the worst one. 1, 2, 3.
three.
Orange.
Purple. 2 purples?
I said purple.
Okay, check it out. We had literally like my siblings and I, none of us liked the purple ones. So there was just all these purple ones in the back of the freezer. We liked orange and I forgot about pink.
Pink is fire.
What's pink again?
Like pink lemonade, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yellow was bad. Yellow was garbage.
Hold on.
Looked like
Say
pee.
your order.
I can't do that.
Orange.
Okay.
Green. Blue. Screw the rest. But if I had to, red.
Uh-huh.
And then what am I missing?
All the rest of them and then purple at the bottom.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And there was one kid in my neighborhood that really liked purple. So he'd just be like, yo, man, you got any more purple ones? I was like, yeah, just take all of them.
Take all.
Bruh. No, it has to go red, blue, pink, green, all the other flavors, purple, and then orange. Orange is
What's wrong? What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Orange.
why don't you like
is
orange? You just like
universally a goat flavor.
I like orange and like other things, you know, but like it throws me off like when it's like orange chocolate and like those.
not orange
Amber,
chocolate.
it's not orange
Orange
chocolate.
chocolate.
No, I'm saying artificial like orange
Oh, it just
flavor.
ruins it for you, so you can't.
Yeah, it just tastes off. It's like
It reminds you of orange chocolate.
It's
And that has nothing to do
No,
with it.
I think
It's
the
okay
taste
to
of
be wrong.
fake. I think the taste of fake orange is gross to me.
Can't you apply that to most
No,
flavors? No? Okay.
Are you strong about this or no?
I'm not strong about this.
You'll take.
why do you
And-
guys hate purple?
I've had purple, like, if that's the only one left, I'll
Yeah.
take it. I'm not like, oh, I'm never having this again. Like this guy, maybe. I don't know. Are you like
Yeah.
that?
I don't know if I'm like that anymore. Like I low-key want purple right now. Like I think I grew up.
Yeah,
Low key,
I'm gonna
though,
go
I
I
back
think what
and touch
happened
it.
was that I grew up.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
Low key, a lot of them,
I feel that because
Depending
I'm
on-
like, is orange really?
I was
that
about to be
bad?
like, yo, like I'm about to fight you guys, like throw my mic down. But I was like,
purple's
this isn't
probably not that bad
it's
anymore.
fine.
yeah, if they're all like iced and stuff, I feel like they taste really good by themselves, but like there's just like a hint of that flavor sometimes.
You know what? Like I'm gonna put purple above yellow because yellow I don't
What
like.
is yellow again?
I
What
think
is
we
it?
need to like retry them all.
Is there yellow?
There is a yellow one.
It's
and-
not yellow. It's not bright yellow. It's like
No, it's like pea yellow.
yeah. It's
It
like
looks
it's
like
like a
a
soft
lime.
yellow. Soft
It's
yellow.
not lime. The green one
one's
is the lime. Yellow is just
It'd either be like lemon or banana.
It's
depending
not
on what it
lemon
was.
No,
or
it can't be banana.
if
Yeah.
it's
It
banana,
can't-
It's not.
I'm suing.
I think it's like pina colada or something.
I think it's trash water.
It's not
Pea?
good.
I mean, it depended on what candy, right?
It's
Like,
murky water.
It's lemon? No, it's not lemon because
probably lemon.
green is lime.
Okay, those are two different things. Lemon is not.
Maybe
better.
they changed it because when I was little, it tasted like
They
trash
updated
water.
it.
This is murky water.
I don't know. But that was, remember, like, that's all we needed. I don't know about you guys, but like
Hmm.
that.
You just grab two of those, run outside for like hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
and
be good.
those are the cheapest things. Like I see some kids, you know, like those barrels with like juice in them.
Yeah, what are
What
those?
are those?
barrels,
I've never
dude?
had those.
Barrels?
It has a little like foil right
Foil
above
on
it.
the top.
You feel it. It's
I've
like
never
a
had-
grenade.
Oh, you guys never had those?
I've never had
Those were
Stop.
fire. Those
Really?
were fire.
I know it.
Those are
San drank
juice.
those.
Wait, Huggies? Were they called Huggies? Hugs?
Yeah, something like that.
Huggies.
But I
That's
knew,
a diaper company.
I knew when I was pulling up with those the cheap ones, and some kids pulling up with that. I'm like, all right,
Bro, those weren't meant
Come
to
on.
be frozen.
you don't have to flex.
The grenade ones, they were for like
That was a flex.
they were for kids that like are getting picked last. Because
Bro,
they have
those
more
are
time to like a Freezy Pop, you gotta just and go.
Yeah.
Little hug fruit barrels. That's
Little
what they were,
hug
hugs.
They're literally juices. I don't know why you guys think they're like ices.
It's a very beta
Tasting.
drink.
No,
Right?
but someone would pull up with those.
Yeah, that's a very.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Like some people would pull up with those.
Or a Capri Sun.
Capri Suns hit.
Capri Suns hit. And then
Sunny D.
Sunny D.
Sunny D
Bro,
is
Sunny
so
D
good.
is so gross.
Why? It's too sugary?
No, I just don't.
You don't like
that.
it?
It's orange.
No, Sunny
It's
D.
orange, that's
Sunny
why.
D was
Please.
just like.
Please.
Sunny D.
it's
Sunny
so
D was
good.
big
Did you guys
time.
know what
It's so
Tang
good.
was?
Yeah.
Tang was good.
Tang was so big in box on, and I didn't like it.
What?
You have a thing against it's
Orange.
They're all orange.
I think it's
strings.
if it's not
Tangy.
real orange, I don't like it.
Dude, I'm sorry.
You're so like you're missing out.
You need a.
Again, I think it's kind of the same thing you said. I think I was a kid when I decided those
Grow
things,
up,
and
Amber.
I think I need
Literally
to
grow up.
I
Yeah.
think she needs her taste buds removed or something.
No, I think that if I like as an adult,
I think they took
really
them out
enjoy
when
like
they removed the tonsils.
really enjoy like pistachio butter, like what's it called, butterscotch. I enjoy those things.
Okay,
like,
Amber, there's
as
no
an adult.
pistachio freezy pop, all right?
No, but there's pistachio flavored things
Yeah.
like
Kufi.
snowballs and all that.
Amber's you know what happened? Amber's
And
a
I like
bougie
those
kid.
things.
She's like, do you guys have any red velvet ices?
Red velvet ices.
Any
The barrels.
tres leche?
Red velvet.
Tres leche?
No, my parents would take
Any
us to a
mousse?
snowball stand, and I would get like.
No balls.
Actually, you know what's crazy is that my favorite flavor there was kind of an orange flavor too.
Bro,
I don't know.
the
What's
snowball-
wrong with me?
You know, the street that like my nano, my grandma, that we grew up on, she had the Pakistan's biggest gola maker on the street. Like, so what did you call them?
Snowballs.
Snowballs,
Snow-
right? Snowballs. So he made the biggest snowballs. In Pakistan, they make them with their hands.
Like.
So there's like a little a thing there. It's like a long shredder.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they.
You take the thing. There's flies everywhere, and you shred it on the thing, and then you put your hand underneath it, the other hand, right, and then he forms it like a literal snowball with his hand, and then puts some syrup on it, and that thing slapped way harder than anything you get here.
Wait, that was a hand manual?
And yeah.
That's crazy. I had a hand cranker, but no real blade. Just.
Oh, it's not a crank or anything. It's just like a. Yeah, it's like it's like a giant
Blade.
knife basically but it goes through the middle.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you just dump ice on there.
Yeah, you just take a brick of ice and then you just keep shredding it.
Loki, we need to go to the snowball stand after this podcast.
Big time. Have you guys seen this this video of these little people? Is that an appropriate term?
I think it's.
I think this is slightly different.
I think it is different.
Hold
So
on, what is it? What's the proper word?
I think dwarf.
I think dwarf is no longer. I think little people is a proper
Little
term
people
now.
is proper. I
Let
believe.
me see.
So there's a video where they've been going around. It's this kid named Hasbullah.
Yeah, he looks like a baby.
He looks like a baby. He's talking. He's doing all these things. He's driving. He's chilling. He has all these TikTok videos. And then there's a video of him like fighting another kid where they're like getting interviewed and they're sitting down and then they're kind of like going at each other, throwing kicks and stuff. Have you seen this?
No.
It's all over the internet.
Mm.
So I was like looking into it. I was like, what is,
Like they're so cute.
they're so cute, but like something's
different.
different. And they're like very like mature. They're acting like they're full-on adults. That video of the two kids, one of them, Hasbullah, is 18 years old.
18.
You
And-
send us a video of them, and they like usually you could tell that they're like older, but they're the size of children.
Yeah.
They look like kids.
They look like little,
Yeah.
especially the other one, Abdu Rozik. I thought that, okay, maybe Hasbullah is older and the other one's a little kid, but they're both, he's 17 years old, Abdu Rozik. So the
Dang.
other one's sitting on that side. And basically what's been going on is Hasbullah, he is a popular Russian TikToker, right? He's been making all these videos and he got a lot of fame from the TikToks. People started picking it up online and he used to do these impersonations of Khabib. And then people started calling him Mini Khabib because he actually looks like him a little bit.
Mm.
And Amber, that's the video, if you can see. But
Oh yeah, I've seen
The-
this. Okay.
yeah,
So
Were
it's like
they
a,
trying to throw hands
it's
at
like
each
a
other?
conference, right?
it's a little press conference.
Why are they trying to fight each other?
So so the other kid, Abdu Rozik, he's actually like getting some fame too. He's not Russian, he's something else. Isan, could you look up what he is exactly? His name is Abdu Rozik.
But they're essentially recreating like a press conference fight, right?
Yeah,
or is
so
this real?
So they're actually trying to set it up.
Oh, they're actually trying to fight.
They're actually trying to fight.
This gives me
they have like their stats right next to each other and stuff too.
Oh my god!
and they're laughing. They're like holding them back.
No, but they're serious. So the guy who's like holding the press conference.
Why is he holding like a baby?
Abdu Rozik is Tajikistan.
Okay, so I think he speaks slightly a different language. It's not Russian.
Oh, he looks so upset. It's like it's.
They're
look
so
like
cute,
they
right?
look like
They're
kids.
like
I feel
the
bad.
babies, but
they
they're
look
like-
like little kids fighting.
So Abdu Rozik actually has if you see, he has a earpiece in the other ear where he's getting stuff translated to him.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's so funny because they're actually trying to go through with it, and like they're making videos of them pulling up at each other's houses and stuff before the press conference, like Connor and
Yeah.
Floyd would do. And the one guy, Abdu Rozik, even in this press conference, he says, like, you're not mini Khabib, you're more like mini Connor.
He's just like trying to.
see
Wait,
the
Abdu
The guy in the
Rozik's.
middle is like laughing. He's
So,
like,
so he's actually like, he's a known guy who, I don't know if he's a bodybuilder or like a fighter or something, but now he's famous for like hosting things and all of that. And so they're trying to like host them
okay.
like a legit little fight. But it's cool because, it got the attention of Khabib.
Yeah.
Khabib hung out with him.
Oh,
And
Which
now,
one?
Like,
the mini Khabib.
Hasbullah.
Okay, the
the
one on
Russian
the
right
one.
one.
Yeah. The left one.
Oh, the left
right-
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
So-
okay, a little bit smaller than the other guy. And
He
he's
is.
older though, right?
He is. Yeah, he's a little bit smaller.
The right dude has a drip though.
He does. He has his name on his
He's
hat,
got like a Yeezy.
and it's not even a
name on his
regular hat. It's like what is it called? Goofy.
Yeah, but it's like I think it's more.
Native.
It's a cultural one to
Okay.
wherever he's from. But you know what's really interesting? I found out is that first of all, both of them have really incredible stories, and they have a condition
Wait,
that
can
is
you see how big the AirPod looks in his ear?
yeah. They have a condition that's undiagnosed, so they don't actually. They went to doctors. They don't know what's wrong with them,
But they both are the same thing.
but they have the same condition.
It's like a
Which is really
Benjamin
interesting.
Button situation. You guys
I've
ever seen that movie?
yeah, it's like you reverse.
You reversed in time.
Yeah.
So like when he's like 80 years old, he's like a baby.
I've actually because we've seen dwarfs, right? Is
Yeah.
that the? Can we
It's
also
little
look up?
people.
Is
It's
that
say
little
little
people.
people?
It's little
little people is the
yeah.
thing? Okay, sorry.
So one Abdu Rozik is what, 18?
He's
And then-
17, and then Hasbullah is 18, I
Okay.
believe. Yeah.
What were you wanting to look up?
Oh, I just wanted to know the correct term. I don't want to offend
That's
anybody.
Little
Correct. Well,
people.
that's questionable, right? Because who's that one short dude that's in a bunch of movies that people mistake him for Steve?
The Game of Thrones guy?
No,
someone
not
else?
him. It was another. He was a comedian, right? But he saw a rally where there was a bunch of little people, whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
they're saying we want to change the name to dwarfs, and he's like, "You got to be kidding me!"
Yeah,
like,
because
of
the
all
name
the
of
names you could have
ours-
picked, you
I
wanted me
think
to be
the-
in Lord of the Rings.
Who's the guy who's with Logan Paul?
Black Mamba or something.
Isn't he Dwarf Mamba?
Dwarf Mama. There you go. Yeah.
So
dwarf. So their condition is called dwarfism,
right.
but they like to be called little people.
Little people, okay.
But the only thing that they don't want to be called is the M word.
Got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's not what they are. They don't have that. And I've actually seen people in Pakistan like this, where they are like babies. They're not, they don't look like they're little people. They
Yeah.
look like they're babies. And they actually stand in the front of like hotels and,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
So they look like that, right? But like way older.
I think they are. I guess. Yeah.
No, but
'Cause
they
it's not-
no. That's
I think they're more
that's
little
the little
people,
people.
though.
Yeah, because
No, no.
they look older. Whatever they are, they
But-
don't
but
look
they-
older.
like
They
Hasbullah,
look
because he's only
not a day
18.
over 6.
No, but they're only 18.
Yo, you guys
Max.
ever
Those?
you guys ever see?
He looks younger than Rian.
You guys ever see Willy Wonka and or
Yeah.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? What about the Oompa Loompa guy?
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's a dwarf technically.
Yeah.
Or
But like,
little
what about?
person.
Does he have like a similar condition?
It looks like what they have,
Yeah.
where he's a lot older, so maybe that you age in the face or something.
Yeah, but he was like really small. and
Either way, it's not known.
I like how it's
their
not known,
condition.
and we're over here trying
there's
to
so many
diagnose
people.
it.
Well, there's also so many people we just like named.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so-
Well, I mean,
Well,
there's
we're trying to use
probably
what we know
if it's undiagnosed, they probably just don't have enough people,
Like how
enough
it happens.
research to know like what are these people, what happens with them, blah blah, blah, so that they can give them a name.
yeah.
But it's really fascinating because they're they're not worried about the condition. They're out here living their lives to the fullest, and they're really living it up. And actually, Hasbullah, he is, I believe he's studying to become a scholar of Islam.
Aww.
Wow.
Isn't that so interesting?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm saying,
Wait, so why is he doing all this cloud stuff?
Well, I mean, in what regard? Like, are you saying that he doesn't need to do it that way?
I mean, I'm just like curious. Like, you know,
like if he's trying to be a scholar for some, why is he trying to like engage in fights and
engage in
do
fights
these
and be like very show.
clout baity type things?
I don't know if that's necessarily like it's he's taking fighting seriously. I think it's more from like it's obviously from an entertainment
I'm just
standpoint.
curious.
That's what I'm saying. If he's taking fighting more seriously, that I feel like that would be better rather than just fighting for clout.
I'm just
Like you could do both.
I'm just curious, like if he's studying for Islam for clout, essentially, saying, like, oh yeah,
because he's doing it for clout, right? He's not doing because he's serious about boxing.
Yeah, I mean, like we'll never know that, right?
We'll never know. But like, yeah,
his role
guess
model
we'll
is
never
Khabib, right? And Khabib does both. He
Okay.
is very strong about his Muslim beliefs, and he's a fighter. And
This gives me Bad Baby and Whoa Vicky vibes.
do you think?
no. Okay,
You think it's more genuine than that?
I'm just saying in the clout aspect, they're both two people that are very similar in the like big, social media world. And because of that, there's like a fight that they have
that's what I
online.
think, kind of too.
And then
But
they're
I don't know how
taking
genuine it
advantage
is.
of the clout that comes
from
from
the
fight.
videos I've seen and what I've like seen it translated to, there's a lot more wholesomeness to it. There's a lot more like
of course. I was just drawing the relatability.
friendliness, care, and especially the people who are around them. It's not like, yo, let's throw them into a competition and make them fight each other. Like they're actually caring of them. And when you have people like Khabib in your corner, it's not going to be as much disrespect as you'd see with Whoa Vicky and Bad Baby. I think like that was straight up just what was the substance besides, fighting each other and calling like just a whole lot of negativity. I mean,
that's because like that surrounds their brand, right? Like,
but what I'm saying is like the
my
negativity.
thing is they're just two people that are drawn in similarity in the spotlight that are like pitted against each other for the sake of clout. That was my reference to that.
I'm curious to see what happens. Like I don't know everything about what they might be thinking or like how the Russian and whatever else, like however they work on that side over there, right?
Also, everybody's fighting nowadays for money.
Yeah, that's a completely different
you need to bring my brother on for that because he'll go off.
He's into it.
Really into it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have found a lot of money in the sport of fighting in general because people we were having this conversation yesterday.
Yeah.
Even if people hate somebody, like
people actually pay more money to see them get beat.
Yeah. But either way, people are gonna pay money to see people fight.
Yeah.
That is something that
I don't think will ever end. Maybe if we become like a nicer society, but like
if there was a match going on where we took it back to what's it called, like where they would put people in a coliseum with a
warriors and
lion,
like,
and all of that, right? If that was possible to happen, people would pay a lot of money to go see that.
That would be crazy. Imagine.
Because that's how we are, we are curious,
very
and
primal,
and we want to see, things that
I'm
excite
so
us.
backseat about this because I'm like, I don't want to see people fight.
No, but a lot of people do.
No. I know that that's a thing.
Yeah.
And so with what's going on with, a lot of these YouTubers, TikTokers, all these people, they've just found that there's like a lot of money to be made in this sport. And then there's actually people who are playing the business end of things like FouseyTube and what's his name? Keemstar are trying to like arrange these fights and be like promoters. And it's almost like how way back in the day, there was a rise in how much like money there was and like this new sort of value where you would see like a lot of these white promoters, finding these black guys that were really talented and stuff, and it was kind of like a weird dynamic going on.
And they still like find these and like put a lot of money in it. You see it in like movies and stuff. Mobsters get involved, rigged fights and all that stuff.
And it became this like the sort of world of prize fighting was born, where you realize that, okay, there's this whole, there's a huge sort of bundle of cash at the end of this, whether you're winning or not, but especially when you're winning. And that's why, like, no matter how much people hate on Floyd Mayweather, him being able to be his own promoter and get to that level of success is fascinating.
Sorry, you said that it's been like people have kind of always like that. It just reminded me, isn't that what the Coliseum was?
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like he was saying if like it wasn't as dangerous or whatever,
Mhm.
or like if there was no regulations today,
Yeah.
it would probably still happen.
Yeah, because I mean, people were gathering by the thousands and thousands to watch them fighting way back then.
Would you go?
Probably go for like the social event.
The social event.
So, if there's people being thrown into it and you're about to watch somebody get mauled by a lion who is scared to death, I would not support that. Like, that's wrong.
I think we've passed that point, and I think what boxing,
back then, yeah.
UFC, they made it a way where it's like that's probably the closest we can get to that, right? Like it's still kind of safe.
Well, it's all consensual, right? So then you know that both of these people are going in knowing that they're doing this, and now it's okay for me to watch this because both parties have agreed to it.
Yeah,
it's weird, but that's our thinking, and we're like, oh well. Since the society has agreed with this, like it's fine. Yeah. And to me, like the way that I watch it, right, is martial arts and boxing, like all of this.
It's like an art form.
It's an art form.
Yeah.
There's real creativity to it. There's real athleticism to it. And so when I'm watching UFC, like we were having a conversation with our friend last night who's like, man, like I just want to see them go at it. I want to see somebody get knocked out. And I don't care if someone's I like when somebody gets knocked out because it's like, it's exciting.
It's exciting.
But when somebody's wrestling, he was calling Khabib boring. I was like, what he's doing on the ground is super intricate. It's super fascinating when you understand the technical aspect of it. So with the art form, it's really amazing to watch. Whereas most people, when they, want to watch a Jake Paul fight, they just want to see somebody get knocked out. They want to see it for the thrill. And to be frank, so do I, because I know that there's not going to be a whole lot of technical happening. I just want to see some excitement. It's
and that's also what they like hype it up to be too. Like people who are watching like Jake Paul and stuff. Yeah, there's some people who like enjoy boxing that are doing it because they're bringing in these like other, non-YouTuber people. But the people who are like mainly putting good money into that, like they don't know boxing and all that type of
like
stuff.
Bryce
They're just doing
Hall,
it for the hype.
Bryce Hall versus the dude who has the Ace family, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Austin McBroom.
It's such a weird thing to put together.
I have a
Even
question
Tana
for you.
Mojo is trying to do it.
Like, who would you watch in a boxing match? Or who would you like to see?
I wouldn't enjoy watching any two people fighting.
Yeah.
It's
Yo,
not
Nikki
something-
versus Cardi?
Nikki versus Cardi.
Would I
like
watch
Tana
it?
versus whoever.
Yes, I would watch it. I'm not saying that I would
Who would you
enjoy
think is like the
watching.
most entertaining, even though it's not super entertaining for you, but like who would be the most?
Who would be the most?
Like, you'd
I
be
wouldn't
like,
want
alright.
it to be people that like
You
I
like?
really like. Yeah, I don't know what about that bothers me. Maybe like probably like since Tana Mojo wants to do it so bad, like maybe her with Trisha Paytas.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? Like
I
that
would
guy.
watch that.
Yeah.
I would, but I don't think they would actually like
But
I
I
feel
would
like
want them
Trisha
to
would-
train and because
Yeah.
I don't want to see like them slapping or like pulling hair and stuff.
Yeah,
I
because
wanna
like all these YouTuber fights, they're acting like they're actual boxers. Like they're training like they're boxers.
some of them they just look very.
It seems like Jake Paul is, isn't he?
Jake Paul is and Jake and Logan are both very athletic. They were wrestling in high school, and I believe Logan was a state champ.
He wasn't. I think he was like third or fourth.
He went so
but
he
was
went to
like-
state, so
yeah.
he's very
But he
much
is
qualified.
very athletic.
And we haven't seen what Jake might actually look like against like, someone who is his match. Because with these YouTube and TikTok fights, you're getting matches that wouldn't make sense in the actual, leagues.
Yeah.
Isn't
Like-
Logan fighting with somebody really big?
He's fighting.
Someone really.
I'm sorry.
fighting with the biggest.
He's fighting, but like, how did they even finesse that?
He's fighting Floyd
Yeah,
Mayweather.
When Floyd
Yeah.
Mayweather,
the biggest boxer, potentially one of the best. Well, he is one
I
of the
thought
best.
he was
but-
training Jake
Who?
Floyd. Yeah.
No,
I don't know if that ever. I know
I think
there was
one of his
something-
coaches maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
were
Or
part of
maybe
his
it was the
training.
same.
Yeah, like same.
I know.
on his
No.
team, but-
Floyd was somebody from Floyd's team was training Nate. who got knocked out.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, so like with Floyd and Logan, right, it became a thing of like, okay, there's a lot of money here because the whole internet and YouTube base is a market that Floyd, you know, although he's the most successful and best-selling fighter, he could still tap into that because Jake Paul's fight with Ben Askren actually became the 10th most paid for fight, like
Pay-per-view.
Made the most money out of every. So we're
Everyone
talking
ever.
Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, like all the biggest, you know, fighters there's ever been. All UFC. First is like I think Pacquiao and Mayweather. Second is Conor McGregor and Mayweather, which is insane.
Yeah.
Because it's UFC and boxing. And then at the 10th spot, out of all fights, is Jake Paul.
And who?
And Ben Askren, who's a UFC fighter.
The latest fighter, whatever. So it's insane. Like Mayweather coming back and he's picking Logan Paul basically, and is like, all right, let's box, and they making this happen, and it's insane.
And what I'm saying is, it's a very weird fight because Logan is obviously a lot bigger. You know, the training is not at par. And with Jake, all of his fights, it's been like, okay, this guy's a YouTuber, and then this guy's a basketball player, this guy's a UFC fighter, but he's not a striker, he's a wrestler. So we have yet to, I think that Jake is, you know, without a doubt, very athletic. He has real skills of a boxer, right? But we have yet to see him like
with another boxer who has like
with a fight that makes sense. But we might not get that because we're gonna get more fights that make money rather than make sense, and that's what Floyd versus Logan Paul is.
yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see this play out. I don't know what it looks like down the line if we're just gonna see every YouTuber. I don't know if me and SHAH-AMEER are gonna have to have a match at some point.
Who knows?
But yeah, I think
That's
like
cute. We should have that.
the one thing is
You
that
watch that?
I mean, you said it's bringing money, right?
the one thing is
we
like
could get a whole studio
Well,
like
knowing
building.
with our views, probably not. So
somebody's just gonna get knocked out with that, and we're gonna get 2 views on it.
Listen, we can post it on YouTube, and that
then-
clip can go viral.
And there's going to be one group of people that talk about it as a media, and it's going to be Strange Flavors that talks about it.
Right, this fight
The
coming up.
recap. Yeah. No, the last thing I want to say about it is like, when it comes to this type of stuff, like I think that people don't realize in the heat of the moment how much it affects your reputation. Like when Fusitu went up and boxed what's his name? Slim, Adam Saleh's boy. That was embarrassing.
Oh,
That was so
Fusitu
bad.
had no hands. He did not like show any skills of a boxer, although he had been training all this time. And it was just like, you look like you got pummeled in the face for what?
His nose broke. Pretty sure he had like some.
what?
Yeah,
He
like,
already had a nose job.
it was really bad. And like
When did this happen?
this happened 2 years ago, maybe somewhere around that time.
Like Amir Khan, the boxer, put it all together.
Yeah, it was like a charity event.
Yeah.
And but yeah, he was like Fusi was not blocking his face at all. Got punched so many times. Probably got brain damage a little bit. Maybe who knows?
Yeah, sure.
But
And that's what I think about, you know, what happened with Nate Robinson. Like, you are this extremely athletic, incredible person who was an amazing basketball player. And then like, this is where you go with your reputation. I think it's very brave. I think it's very courageous, but like, I think there's a little bit of stupidity involved in like, I think there was like an ego thing where it's like, oh, Jake Paul, he's just a YouTuber. And so me, I'm an athletic dude and I can knock this guy out. And then bringing race into it where people are like, oh yeah, like you got to do this for black people. And it became a huge mess. And then all the reputation is out there in a weird way where that's not a good look.
yeah.
So if you're going to do it, you have to have an appreciation for the sport. You have to train hard and you have to know what you're getting yourself into. I think Fusi did not know what he was getting himself into, but now he's sitting in the promoter seat. So, you know, I guess he found his...
I mean, that's probably a better place for him because he's more of like I could tell like he probably did that just for hype and whatever and all that type of stuff. So he's probably better off as a promoter anyway.
Yeah, well, it's a very cool thing to do, right? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm training to be a fighter. Like, you know, you're going to
That's
get all
it.
ripped. People
That's
are
me
gonna see
next.
you.
I'm training to be a fighter next.
Who are you fighting?
I don't know. Who wants to fight me? Come forward.
I would watch that.
All right. Amber versus ex-YouTuber or TikToker please step up.
Yeah.
Please write in and let us know.
Let's go.
It's like we get a bunch of emails. I'll fight her.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
Okay, I saw this on Instagram. There was this thing that apparently a bunch of people received emails from Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
And it said like, you know, when you sign up for something, and then you get an email, so it'll say like, "Hello, SHAH-AMEER, thank you for signing up for OnlyFans," right?
Yeah.
And so this happened with a bunch of people where they got an email where it said, "Hello, N-word," like welcome to
Hard
Walmart.
R, right?
Hard R, with a bunch of emails that said that. And
To white people, like just to every, like it was like a whole
Wait, did
chunk.
they like type that name in when they signed up?
No, like there was a bunch of people who never signed up for the Walmart email.
Oh, they never signed up for
They
the
never
Walmart?
signed up for the
Yeah.
Walmart email.
They just randomly got that.
And it was a bunch of people that got it. And they were like, you know, some people were talking about it. They're like, I'm a black person. I don't use the N-word. And never in my life have I been called that or have I used that until today when I got an email from Walmart.
yeah,
And then,
there's like verified users. Like, why is Walmart sending me an email calling me a N-word? Like what?
from like an official Walmart, like
I
email.
received it too. I'm from London. I live in Dubai.
Oh, I
I've
thought you
never
said
set
you
foot
should.
in a Walmart.
Yo, low key, I think this person is like making all these accounts online on Walmart with this and putting their emails. They're finding like random emails.
Well, that's exactly what happened. There's
And-
probably you can find email lists in a
Yeah.
bunch of places. You could probably like
You can
the
pay
guy
for
could
email
have
lists
worked
too.
at Walmart and has a list of emails and was like, "Oh, well, today I feel like doing this,"
I'm bored.
Yeah.
and did it. And then people were like, "Yo, like Walmart is messed up." Like, you know,
Like you think they should have like a filter? You
Pros-
think they have a filter for this, right?
I mean,
Well,
for
what if
words
you-
like that.
Yeah.
I mean, but then what? I mean, not
What if your name's like that?
No, I mean, never
it
mind.
could be. It could like sometimes if you search up a name, like how many people in the world have this name, sometimes you'll find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there could be, you know, other.
I think
about
they
other
should. I think they
countries.
should probably stray on the side of caution though, and have a filter for that word, regardless if that's your name. Because what is the likelihood of it being your name versus
Yeah.
being a slur?
Like, what if that's my name and I want to make that my username? I'm not allowed to make that my username. So they should have the filter and they have the filter for the username.
Well, if you want to know what some companies do to prevent stuff like this, before you even get that first email, it'll say, "Hey, we sent you a verification with a code.
Yeah.
Type that code in, and then you'll get signed up on the program," which is
Yeah.
probably what Walmart's going to do next.
Yeah, I mean
but-
that's
Surprised
what
they haven't
usually
done that before.
happens.
But
yeah.
in this case, when you're collecting emails, like if you go, like if I'm a web developer and I want you on my site, I won't make you go through all that. I just want your email.
But Walmart
is established.
Walmart for sure. Yeah,
like
yeah.
when I go to Shein and I signed up for the Shein website, I had to go verify it. Fashion Nova.
But no, Walmart wants to send you emails, so they're not gonna like want to wait for
Well, now they
verification. and all
don't
that.
want
Well, now,
to. Yeah,
now's the problem. But like, I don't understand how people react to it because people are like, "Yo, like Walmart, who do you think you are? Like, we gotta protest Walmart." Like,
Like they think the Walmart head.
Do you guys not
specifically
know how
did
the
this.
internet works?
I'm saying like it's 2021. How do we not know how the internet works?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
I remember being like, I still do this where I sign up for something, I put in random name, random email. I'm like, just let me through, right?
Yeah.
And if somebody, whoever is on the other side, like dogface22@yahoo.com, sorry, but like I go towards like a Kobe Bryant, some number, and someone always has it, or like a Joe something. Like whoever has the emails I usually are my go-tos, like they received everything. So I'm sorry, but like it's just easier that way. So it's not hard for people to do it this way either.
Yeah.
Like just send this out. My first thing is not like, yeah, I'd be surprised. I'd be like, what the heck? But then I would be like, oh, somebody's like doing this.
I wouldn't like take out my energy and be like, "Oh my gosh, Walmart, this is so
Explain
offensive.
yourself.
Yeah.
Like, what are you
Explain
doing?"
yourself.
I just be like, "Yo, like, you know, cancel it or like stop the email list or whatever." And then
I mean, so granted, none of us are black, so like we don't know how
That's
this
true.
is used. But at the same, like not at the same time, because there's nothing at the same time. But you know, I don't think that they were people who were offended by it. There's a lot of people who were white that were also offended by it, this and that. I think that they were, you know, outraged by it because they couldn't collect the fact that that had happened to so many people yet. Because once you understand that it happened to so many people, you can be like, okay, clearly it's a scam.
Right.
But when you're like a few people,
then it feels targeted.
exactly.
That's a
When
good
it's a
point.
few people who are like getting it, they're like, oh, why am I getting
Yeah,
this?
yeah,
Blah, blah,
yeah.
blah.
Okay.
Like, who set my email up? But then when you see the fact that it happened to so many people
That
across
makes
the
sense.
world,
That
then
makes
you're like,
sense.
okay, there's clearly a scammer here in the middle.
Yeah, like if I received an email that was like, "Hey, terrorist from Walmart." Yeah, you're right. That
I'd be like, yo, what the heck, Walmart?
Yeah. I'd be like, wow, what are you trying to say?
No, I'd be like, what did I do?
What did I
buy from Walmart? Did I buy? Oh, was it the ski mask I bought?
Ski mask, fireworks. Oh my god.
Yo, was it the fireworks? Yeah, true. No, but that's a crazy thing. I like how like these things that are just very easy on the internet like end up becoming like this whole thing that like we're used to this since we were kids because we thought
we've been on the internet, we troll here and there, like we see it a lot.
But then when it comes to like organizations and stuff, like I think now it's a lot easier for like you to group up with people and like hold somebody accountable and say explain yourself. And maybe some people are in there like, yo, give me a discount code then.
Oh,
like
okay.
Like I have
that's a silver lining, yeah.
Well, what is I have like you could actually be traumatized by this.
Yeah.
And you know, if you have some real effects because of this email you received from Walmart itself, then yeah, I guess you could like, I don't know if this is law suitable, but
no, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but at the same time, it seems like, you know, when they take it to court, they'd be like, it's not at our fault. Like there's clearly a scammer here. We've gone through and we fixed it. You know, here's a $2,000 compensation. Shut up.
Do you think email lists and all that stuff is going to change? Like for other organizations from here on out or no?
Well, verification lists, verification email, I think that's definitely going to be it now.
Emails in general, I've seen a lot of talk and what's it called? Just software development around making the email process simpler. Like we've upgraded in many aspects of our life in technology, but emails for some reason still work the same as they did when they first came out, which is a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it's hard because so much stuff clutters up.
Yeah.
We don't know what's what.
And spam is increasing.
There was like 3 years where I didn't really like to touch my email outside of my school email because I was like, there's just so much stuff here.
I mean, yeah, I still have like tens of thousands of emails that are just like never
They're
open.
never open.
I'm never going to touch them.
Yeah.
But it's like, so like, why is that a thing? Emails should be made simpler, so maybe they'll come up with that.
Or they should be able to group them up like, here's your tab of all things like store related. These seem personal, whatever. But instead they're just
they try, but like
Gmail does that.
Yeah, Gmail does that. I think like spam is really bad. Like they found ways to like try to replicate like Amazon lists and emails and stuff. And those are annoying because those actually like get people's credit card infos because they look real. It's like, oh, you charged $600 off a TV. I was like, I never bought a TV. Then you click on it, sign in, you lose your password and everything, and then they steal your money.
Wow.
I just look at like basically who the email is coming from at this point, and if they're like not relevant, like
not even the email name, the actual email.
If I did buy a TV, if I did get into something, oh well.
Yeah.
I'm getting a TV.
But Amber, what you talked about is like sometimes even that's not safe. Because it's not hard for someone to spoof
like info@amazon.com.
Right. It's not hard to spoof that. It's like writing a different return address when you're sending a letter.
Yeah. Like PayPal, I've gotten so many things from PayPal which everything about it looked legit.
Yeah.
And I had to sign in. It was from literally like it might be even sometimes they'll do like PayPal, but the L is a capital I or something.
Yeah.
And stuff like everything was legit, the same as my PayPal email. I signed into PayPal and I didn't see that there was any like requests or anything. So I was like, I'm going to ignore this. And if they call me, then okay.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm not like
that exactly happened to me. I clicked on the website too. And then I was like, oh, this is a shittier PayPal. Like this is definitely fake. I almost got scammed, bro.
Yeah.
And
it's scary, bro.
Yeah.
We never want to lose money like that. That's a hard loss.
Yeah.
But we do want to gain money. And so if Walmart, if you're taking a list of people that received that email,
I got one too.
I got one.
Yeah, I got one.
I got one. Sam got one too.
Yeah.
But guess what, guys? We have another way of possibly getting a large sum of money. And that's because we live in Maryland. I don't know if any other states are doing this, but did you hear about the Maryland lottery partnering with the vaccine? So the government. Did you hear about this or no?
I didn't hear about this.
I very gently heard about it. No details though.
What, you get a vaccine?
Isan, if you wanted to move to Maryland, now would be your time. But basically, he lives in Virginia. Basically what's happening is Larry Hogan, our governor, who is now annoying.
Wait, can I
Since
guess?
our
Like,
last-
is
Go
it
ahead.
if you get like a vaccine, you get automatically ticketed into the lotto or something?
Yeah, basically.
Really?
So for the next couple days until July 4th, right? One person who has already gotten the vaccine is automatically entered. So all of us are entered automatically
Yeah.
to win. Every day, one person wins $40,000 every day from Maryland.
How do you find out?
So they have a bunch of phone numbers with everybody. So you'll get a call.
It better not be
I'm
spam.
gonna miss it. I'm
Spam
literally
call.
gonna miss it.
What if you get
So-
like a spam email? Maryland Lotto.
Yeah. So you got to look out for it. But $40,000 every day, one person. And then on July 4th, there's a grand prize of $400,000.
Wow.
So a total of 2 point some million dollars that they're giving away. And people are like just clowning the whole thing on like the comments and stuff. And it'll say like 2 million to give away, but Baltimore City schools struggle to keep AC. Gotcha. Okay, governor. Why don't we have lottos for you paid your taxes, your kids graduated high school, you didn't take a shit with the dogs in the dog park? Is this what we have descended to? And then some people are like, yo, they're just trying to make us get the vaccine because this is all a government conspiracy.
Shut up. We already are entered, so let us be in it.
We already got our
LOL, can
chips.
you say circus? Glad to know that we have money to spend on stuff like this.
I want to see.
I can't even get
any
another
of these
stimulus.
People would be mad if they actually.
Well,
wanted.
some people
Let's-
are happy.
let's-
This guy's like, I mean, I'll keep getting the shot if I'm going to get paid.
Facts.
Wait, well, let's clarify. Where's the money coming from? Because you said Maryland Lottery.
So yeah, they're partnering with them. So
So it sounds to me that, people who buy lottery tickets, the money's coming from that partially. And they're just partnering with the vaccines for the distribution.
Yeah,
Unless I'm missing
but
something.
like, wouldn't. Never mind. I don't feel like going into it. But like,
I don't. Yeah, it doesn't say on
Like,
his
do we have
Facebook
a confirmation
post.
if it's going from tax dollars or not? I think that's the big question here.
Yeah, you could try looking it up. I see it here on his post. It doesn't say anything about like where the money is coming from or if like, because obviously if this was coming from like tax,
Yeah.
you'd be like, what the hell, bro?
Yeah. What the heck?
We pay a rain tax in Maryland. Like we don't need any more taxes.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, it's called Vax Cash.
Yeah. But if it's not from taxes, I think like this would be cool. It's going to random people in the state that are getting vaccinated, right?
Is it going to random people, SHAH-AMEER?
Ooh.
Is
That's a
it?
good point.
What you trying to
The
say?
mob runs the.
How many grandkids does
Lottos.
Larry Hogan have?
Oh,
Ooh.
And how many college tuitions are
How many
there?
grandkids does
bro,
Genghis
they
Khan have?
probably
No.
are.
So I actually did find it. It says the prize
Elijah
money
was-
will be paid from the Maryland Lottery's marketing fund, which is used for advertising and promotions.
Nice.
Money has
Yeah,
already been
that's so
allocated
cool.
to
That's
the
dope.
Maryland Lottery for that purpose, and the Vax Cash promotion will not reduce the amount of the Maryland Lottery's contribution to public schools and other state programs. Wait, the Maryland Lottery contributes to public schools and other state
That's
programs.
really cool.
That's dope.
That's dope.
I didn't know that.
Go Maryland Lottery.
I do understand. I do like kind of understand what people's like. It's a weird thing to have an incentive to get the vaccine
Why is it weird?
because we know that the state's intention and the country's intention is so we
They
can
can
get the economy
open
running
up.
again, open up, and all of that.
But
so,
that's like good, right?
Yeah. Why are we questioning that?
Like,
Why are you questioning that?
I don't know. I feel like I should question it. Like,
I'm with him. It does seem a bit weird. Like it just
Y'all
doesn't
are
go
one
together.
of those.
well, no. So here's the thing, right? Anytime there is a large amount of money, I actually looked up like Biden's distribution
I'm just kidding.
plan
Biden's
for
what?
Biden's tax line. Remember that?
Oh,
was-
tax.
of like how like there's we have like $1 trillion, like more than $1 trillion to spend
Yeah.
when it comes to like the way that we budget, right? And to me, like that's like, okay, that much money, where does that all go? And so I watched this video where somebody broke it down, like for stupid people like me, of, oh, this much is going to like fix our bridges. This much is going to this much is going to this. And when I see, because on the surface, right, like you're like, oh, this is cool. Like I got the vaccine, so I'm entered in. On the surface, it's like, oh, cool. Like I have a chance to win some money. But when you think about like all the money that there is, like this money was always there. And all the money
This wasn't
that
from
we
the
spent,
government though.
I get it. But
Mhm.
we all have like, there's a lot of different organizations and government and.
You're a conspiracy theorist. We get it.
No,
just
that's not what I'm saying. Listen, there's a lot of money to be spent.
Yeah.
And like the people that are concerned about like, how come we still have these problems in the city? How come we never get incentives for doing the right thing? Things like that. Yeah, why not? Like,
I mean, there's so many scholarship funds out there. Sure,
Amber.
there's always more money that can be put into the city, but but that's also goes from city tax where they're allocating their money. Maybe the city shouldn't allocate their money into bike lanes. Maybe they should invest into books and computers.
Amber,
What?
are you kissing Larry Hogan's boots or no?
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking that you're on one side of the spectrum and I'm just trying to level it out.
There's certainly something to it where like there are people that are making an effort. There are good people out there.
Yeah.
But overall, I saw like the money and where it's going and stuff. I can't decide like, oh, Faras thinks that this should be prioritized or not, but like
You think there could be a better reallocation of resources, yeah.
Of course. Like,
I mean, but there's like economists and people who have like jobs that like know that like how things should be allocated that are in those positions. I'm not saying
Amber,
not
real quick,
saying that
real
there's
quick.
not
Whoa.
special interest people out there
Capitalist.
that are
Capitalist.
You know what? Amber sent me one time to a freaking Camp Rock school or whatever it was.
It's a
called
leadership.
Yeah.
Leadership.
Rock school.
Yeah.
It was called Leadership. I was
Yeah.
trying to help you.
She
because-
said-
Because you
to
look like the Jonas brother.
She sent me to Camp Rock, right? And it's all about like leadership and this and that. And in that you sent me to, they told us how they spend the city's money and how they separate people based off of class and race and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's in their best interest to do that.
It is in their best interest to do that.
Why
And
you
it's
send me to Camp Rock if you're not even going to sing along? You're singing
What
a
if she
different
got an
tune now.
incentive for getting you in there?
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying that right now you're going on the same people who are saying that are on, I don't think are on the same level as what you're trying to say. The people that you're agreeing with are like anti-vaxxer people or people who are like, oh yeah, why is this money going there? Whatever. That's a proper thing to bring up.
I don't care if you're an anti-vaxxer. You have a right to be.
I think that's a proper thing to bring up at all times. But why are you coming so hard at the Maryland lottery for doing this thing when that's just
I'm not coming
generally
hard at the
case?
Maryland lottery.
You're coming hard at the government.
I'm coming hard at everybody.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I would be agreeing with you if this was coming out of like our money. I would 100% agree with you. I just don't think that this topic is relevant to that.
Well, there's a lot of things that are coming out of our money, and that's what that's my point. Is like,
you guys show me that video.
I'll send it to you, but my point is like, there's a lot of money overall.
Yeah,
that
for
is,
sure.
and we don't think about it. But now that it's like, oh, we're getting rewarded by You're
Getting rewarded by marketing dollars.
You're getting forced to follow in this lane. And I got a vaccine, so I'm not saying like, oh yeah, like it's all corrupt, whatever, right? I'm just saying like you're being told to go in this lane, which ultimately helps them. So it's in their best interest to do that. It's not like, here's
so wait,
free money.
why is that part bad though? Like we should be wanting the like world to open back up. That's good for us.
Because when say it didn't help them.
Okay, then yeah, you're right.
In things like the city, poor people getting
there's a whole thing like literally public health is out there trying to look out for the best of the public's health. Like that is probably like what they're trying to do. Like, okay, the better our people feel, less disease and virus out there, open our stores back up. Business owners would literally thrive from that. Like small business owners shut down from that.
I agree with you. All I'm saying is on the scale of corruption versus like people who have inherent good in them and want to do the right thing, it's far outweighed. That's what I'm saying.
Sure. I would agree with that.
Thank you. Moving on to a lighter subject.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's see. Sometimes they're not. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
All right, here, you read this.
Okay.
This comes from Twitter. From who?
It's literally blocked out.
Oh. Well, describe the person.
It is a white male with medium colored hair.
With what colored hair?
Medium, like medium brown hair.
Like yours?
A little bit darker.
Okay.
Amber, I just wanted you to pick a
why is
name
the
that would fit in.
description so important?
On a yellow brick road. Okay. He said, settle a debate. I'm a good sleeper who enjoys going back to sleep. Miss F is an insomniac. I like to set my alarm to go off every hour from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. and then every 15 minutes until I get up at 6. Miss F says this is unfair.
So basically, he likes to get up and go back to sleep.
Weird kink, but okay.
Like every 15 minutes?
Well,
No,
do you guys know anybody like this?
So he likes to go to sleep, say for example, like 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
and then wakes up 2
a.m.
a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and then 5:15, 5:30, 5:45, and then 6.
Okay.
Do you know anybody like this?
I saw somewhere, I don't know if you've seen like these popular like inspirational stuff, but I think, was it Thomas Jefferson or Thomas Edison? I think it's Thomas Edison actually. He had like his daily routine listed out. And apparently what he would do is like micro nap or something, like, you know, like he never, like one of those people like never slept. They just were like, oh, I only take naps.
That's that's like a Gary Vee thing to say. I only take micro naps.
Yeah, I don't sleep. I just
So guys, there's micro naps and there's macro naps.
Yeah, you want to avoid the macro naps, all right? You just want to micro nap. So like what people do is apparently it enhances creativity. Like when you're like, don't get that full sleep, but you get like 8 hours of sleep, but it's in 15-minute increments or something like that.
So you never get REM sleep?
So you never like get that full REM cycle, which I think is bogus, but apparently a lot of successful people have done that.
Well, it depends on like when your REM hits and how long it hits. And
I think, so I am kind of like that. I like to put my alarm on for 15 minutes until I have to wake up.
You're one of those? You do that?
Not starting at 2, but if I have to wake up at like 10,
Yeah.
I'll put an alarm at 8, 8:30, 9, 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, 10 o'clock. However, when I spend the night or I'm out on vacation or anything like that, I make sure to cut it off because I'm not trying to inconvenience other people and it's nobody else's problem. So while I do enjoy that for myself, I'm definitely not starting at 2 and doing it every hour or whatever. I think I do it more to wake my brain up so I can get less and less sleepy. Slowly, I can like force myself to get up. I'm just a really heavy sleeper. But I think it's so rude if it's going to affect the other person, especially not only are they just like a regular sleeper, they're an insomniac. They already have a hard time sleeping. Yeah. Why would you go and try to ruin it for them?
So this is like, how
would you feel? Because you are insomniac.
When she used to live in our house, she slept right next door. And yeah, I have pretty bad insomnia. And she is somebody who wakes up like every hour or 2 hours. And I would hear her like go in and out of the door and stuff. And she says that like she does it naturally. She wakes up like at those times. If there's any like little bit of noise, I wake up from it. Like I'm a pretty light sleeper. So if that happens, then I get up and like sometimes I'll go and see like who it is. Then I'll like eat something. And,
does it like ruin your sleep?
Oh, for sure. Like it's hard for me to go to sleep. That's the point. So when I do, I need to just like get it over with. Like, nobody disturb me. Like I need to get this in before something happens where I wake up. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm staying awake.
That makes sense. Your mom's really protective over your sleep.
Well, she has insomnia too. So she's the same way. Anything that like happens downstairs or whatever, she hears a noise, she automatically like texts me or something. Do you need something? I'm like, no, go to sleep. Like, she's like, should I make something? I was like, no, it's 4 a.m.
Yeah. So
like, go to sleep.
Do you agree with this guy's schedule?
I think that he, Miss F, needs to put him somewhere else. If you want to do this, don't be next to me.
Yeah.
Find a new wife.
or just like go to a different part of the house, but don't be in my bed doing that.
Well, I always wonder this because like if you end up with somebody who has a very different like sleep routine, even snoring, all that kind of stuff. Like I hear this from couples and they have all different ways to handle it.
Yeah.
But they all are very much like knowing of the other person's
sleep
habits and patterns. And there is annoyance with it.
Yeah.
My parents still have it with each other. Like, well, my dad doesn't because he knocks out. You know how like my brother is?
Yeah.
He knocks out anywhere, anytime. Will get full sleep.
Yeah.
He gets his full like 8-9 hours, and then he takes multiple naps in the day. This man is a sleeper.
That's cozy.
And so my dad is like that too. And my mom, she's the opposite. He snores like crazy. She's up like all the time. Sometimes she like goes to a different room. Sometimes she sleeps somewhere else. But basically like That's her life.
Yeah. When my friend first got married, she said that she used to like wake up and just like cry. She said she spent so many months just like crying in the beginning of her like married
Why?
life.
Because she just couldn't sleep?
Because she said that her husband would snore so much. And loud, and she was like, she's like, and I was used to a quiet room before we got married. Like I never had that problem, and then I ended up getting married to him, and he's the loudest person I've ever heard. And so then after like 2-3 months of it, and like really breaking down, and then whatever, now she says she has
AirPods Pro.
No, now she's completely comfortable with it and
Okay.
can sleep, and she's like,
So it's like white noise for her now.
yeah. So I think it's like a matter of just adjusting, honestly,
You know-
but not when it's an alarm clock that's not consistent, you know?
There was a show on Spike. It was like crazy. It was one of those shows that was like crazy stories you wouldn't believe. I forget what it was called. But there was this guy who his wife said that she has never heard a sound this loud in her life. And it was his snoring. And then they actually like measured it and to see how loud it was. And it was the same decibels as a train going across next to your ear. That's how loud
Wow.
his snoring was.
What?
You know what's crazy?
And she slept next to that every day.
That's so sad though. Loki.
Would you get offended if your partner was like, "Hey, I can't sleep next to you. Like we got to figure Cuz think about it, like if that's your situation.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I would have maybe before my surgery, I would have a different opinion, because after my surgery, I realized that it actually solved my problem. Like, cause I'm like a heavy breather at night. So like
Amber be snoring.
I snore.
Amber's
I
a
snored,
big snorer.
but not since
Sounds
I
like
had.
Snorlax.
You're just making shit up.
No. One time we were watching a scary movie and Amber doesn't like scary movies, so she fell asleep and like all you hear is and I'm like, bro, this is gonna ruin all the scary parts. Amber, it was big loud. I think there was like a bubble coming, like forming out of your
me.
nose. You know, like the animes, like how when somebody sleeps, like
Yeah.
and there's like a big bubble.
Yeah. Big bubble pops.
There was a snot bubble while she was snoring.
Snot bubble, everything.
Okay, you guys are making things up. If you can't tell by now, these are the kings of exaggeration.
I didn't exaggerate.
Yeah,
even
that was
once.
under exaggerated.
But I do. But okay,
I didn't even explain the
forget
part
you
where it
guys.
popped
I do
with
snore.
the screen.
I do snore. However, after my surgery, I don't snore anymore. And so like people who are snoring, like they probably have like a medical issue that they did not get solved yet. So like,
No.
yeah, because
a lot of people snore.
No, sleep apnea, tonsils, like
Do you believe that?
a lot of times sleep.
A lot of people snore.
Yeah, a lot of people snore.
A lot of people snore, but some of the people
Like SHAH-AMEER doesn't
What is
snore,
the reason
but when
why
he's
you
really
snore?
tired, he snores.
What is the reason you snore?
I mean, I used to snore really bad and I had really bad sleep apnea. It sounded like I was dying when I was snoring.
And then what did you do?
I just hit the gym and lost a lot of weight.
That's what, like, there's always a reason as to what, like, what's the reason why you're snoring?
Well, he explained.
Is your nasal
mine.
passage
I'm just too
limited?
tired.
Yeah, like he doesn't snore, but then sometimes if he's like really tired, he'll start snoring.
Sometimes, like, if you're really tired and you like move your head in a weird position, like your sister Neha, when I used to spend the night, she used to know,
She snores.
no, I
sometimes.
know, but she knew how to move my head in a certain position to make me stop snoring, and like would do that at night. And that's all it is. Sometimes, like, you know, you feel you're so sleepy because by the time that we all used to go to sleep,
She probably just like because
Killed you for a second.
no,
my-
because
broke your neck.
if my head's back this way, the position that it was in, I would be snoring loud. She'd just move my head up, and
My-
then I'd be fine. I
my
have
aunt
a
and uncle,
better
like,
passage.
my aunt, she complains about him snoring all the time, and he snores every night, and throughout the night she hits him, and then he stops, and then when he starts again, she hits him, and she says that that's how they've been doing it their whole life, and it works.
Low-key, she's waking him up each time to make him stop snoring.
But regarding your question, would I be offended if my partner was like, "All right, your sleeping is annoying me"? I would be super offended. I'd be super offended because if you know my nature, right? In my nature, like even when I sleep, I don't want to bother anybody else sleeping.
All right, SHAH-AMEER,
Or when-
it doesn't matter, it's a twin size bed or a king size bed. He takes up a little tiny like
Portion.
sliver.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like in all the way on the side. Like the bed will still be made by the time he wakes up.
Like I want to make sure everyone's comfortable. If everyone wants to sleep in like if anyone's like, if I'm sharing the bed with anyone, I want to make sure like it's easiest for them, subconsciously, consciously, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
That's how I may be. So if someone's like, your sleep is ruining like mine, I'm like, shut up, it's you. It's not me. It's not me. It is you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a good point. You're like, I already do things to make things most convenient for other people. So like
but-
scientifically, I've taken out all the outliers.
Yeah.
What's left is literally you.
Okay, but what if you had to say it to your partner? Like your girl's like super loud or like she's all over the place.
If I'm in that position,
she's
I'm
not
like, yo,
letting
you got to do something about that.
like, would you?
I would have to. I mean, like if it's ruining my sleep and if I'm like, because if my sleep gets ruined constantly, then I'm like, all right, this is like affecting me mentally. Like I can't stay up. Like
would you get like earplugs or would you like leave the room?
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to leave the room. I think that's
Yeah.
the
I'm not
last
putting on
resort.
no earplugs.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
messing up. Like
Yeah,
I'm not
so that's
putting-
the thing though.
I'm
He's saying
putting
I'm
nothing
not.
on.
He said leaving the room is a bigger deal. You're saying that putting on earplugs is
So
a
you would
bigger
leave the
deal.
room?
Our friend Usman too. Like he used to put on an alarm, which like he wouldn't wake up from it, and
Yeah.
he would not wake up from it, and everyone else woke up from it, and we'd have to like I
my
wasn't
God.
even there because it was his roommates and stuff. I was there like 1 or 2 nights in their dorm or whatever that they were doing that, and I was like, bro, you guys put up with this? Like he's not allowed to have this anymore. That's a you issue.
No real alarm
But every
clock should be
day
allowed.
they woke up, turned off his alarm, then woke him up. So he is setting an alarm for his roommates to wake him up. What kind of a system is that?
That's king status, low key.
That's funny.
He's like, y'all are gonna wake me up from
Sleep is a very important thing.
for sure.
Coming from somebody who does not get enough of it, maybe didn't value it enough.
So what would you do if you had to deal with that?
My partner?
Yeah.
Well, you see how we have this foam
Sound
here?
panels.
You see how we have this foam here that
Yeah.
we put up on our new set?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call Hassan over. I'll be like, Hassan, hook me up, fam.
Okay.
Like my girl, she's there. And he's like, I got you. He built a literal
Phone box. Puts her in there.
Just put it right over her head.
Yeah,
Absorb it.
just
Like a sound booth.
a casket.
A cat.
A sound
her
foam
or for
casket.
you?
Listen, I have my side of the bed and you sleep in the sound foam casket. All right?
Why'd you say casket?
She wants your girl to be a vampire, essentially.
Because I want her to get such good sleep that she feels like she is no longer alive. And I want to not know that she's alive either while she's next to me. So that wait, that sounds bad.
That sounded really bad. Like,
I want to know she's not alive.
I don't want to hear her.
I don't want to hear I don't want to know that she's there
Yeah.
while I'm trying to get my beauty sleep, okay?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
future wife. All right.
bro, I don't think you're even gonna get an arranged marriage at this point.
Just don't
I'm going to
Just
sleep
don't
in
be
a casket?
I put up with a lot when I'm sleeping. Okay, like I slept with our friend Saad on like every trip.
He's
and
the pickiest.
He's a very picky sleep. He needs earbuds, and he needs his white noise. And
Wait, what's the point of white noise if you have earbuds?
I don't know.
he does everything.
And then you can't
The
like
white noise in the earbuds, playing from the earbuds.
and then you can't like creak like walking too loud. There was one night he switched 4 different beds. 4 different
Why?
beds because he was not comfortable enough. It was too loud. The temperature was too hot.
and then the house temperature has to be very cold. And then on top of that, he's gonna crack a window. And okay, think about this for a second. We're in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
In December.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, it's -7 degrees, literally.
Yeah.
Okay. And this man is cracking windows,
Bro, I would throw hands.
plus white noise, plus earbuds, plus we're on like a bed that's not that big. So I'm like just laying there with my eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling and waiting for the sun to. This is me in a lot of nights actually. I lay there and I'm like, this is so boring. And then when the light hits, I'm like, okay, cool. Now it's daytime.
now it's over.
Like it's such a boring and a hard and difficult process
Yeah.
for me that like usually I just put up with whatever because I'm like I'm not gonna get any sleep anyways.
That's so sad.
It's fine. When I get sleep, like I get good sleep like maybe like once every couple months or something, like
Like one good night.
like one good one, I am just like,
You're good for months.
I'm like on crack.
And you don't even like to take like melatonin or anything.
I don't like melatonin because it makes me super tired and it
Yes.
doesn't put me to sleep.
It's you get super like lousy.
I just need to like
Drowsy.
Drowsy.
Drowsy, yeah.
I said lousy.
You get super lousy.
Yeah, so I just need to be like knocked out. Like I need somebody to punch me in the face every night if I want to get like really good sleep, probably.
Boxing match coming soon.
The only
Now we have a good reason.
if you skip a whole night's sleep, is the next night really good?
If I skip a day,
Yeah.
oh, I'm on a high. Like, you know how like you guys say
We
sometimes
know when you didn't get sleep.
like I'm having an outer body experience basically where everything is super sensitive to me. So like, touch, taste, hearing, all of that.
and he
so
laughs a ridiculous amount
yeah.
at anything.
Yeah, that's what happens. Anyways, all right, let's do one more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One more fun one. Okay. This is something that I see sometimes on the socials where people are, this happens with girls a lot where they're hinting towards their man, like, get me, this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Often it's a ring,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes it's just like a gift, like hinting towards it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like people will cheer them on. They're like, oh my God, like, do it, whatever. And then I saw like, for one, somebody saying something reasonable, which was like, hey, this is an unpopular opinion, but if you got to ask for a ring, it ain't special no more. You ever heard this, Amber?
Yeah, I have.
I think we slightly touched on a topic like this before about her friend's situation with the flowers.
Right.
And her man not getting the flowers.
It is similar to that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like gift giving, in general,
Yeah.
it doesn't even have to be a ring. But like when you're hinting towards something and basically like, this is the thing that I want.
Yeah.
It could be a ring.
Yeah.
But like, does that hold the same value?
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't?
No, I don't think it does.
Are you one of those people that does that or
No,
are going to do that?
no.
Do you know people like that?
I don't. I would rather give a gift than receive a gift, and like I do know people that will do that, but I think it's cool. I think the best scenario that I've seen it set out in is that like I have a few homegirls that like we just talk about things that we like, right? Like there's like, oh, did you guys see this? Oh yeah, I want to get that. Like we have a group chat, we'll talk. And like once in a while, their man will be like, hey, have they talked about anything recently? And I'm like, yeah, we talked about this thing. And it'll be like $700 or something. And then they go out and they get it and it surprised their girl, whatever. I think that's actually a nicer way to go about it because they're just like, hey, have you heard her talk about anything? But I think when you got to say something to your man, one, like, I feel rude saying this on a podcast, but like have some shut. Like, like maybe don't.
Have some shame.
Have some shame. Yeah, like don't like straight up be like, hey, buy me this. But I do think it's funny sometimes. Like they'll be like, oh yeah, like I like saying this thing where like in Megan Thee Stallion song, she's like, and every time you see me you got me new shoes. So I used to be like, oh, you gonna buy me new shoes? Like that's like my saying. But I never want anybody to buy me real like shoes. But I say that line all the time. But I think when it comes to rings specifically, it's a different...
You want a specific one?
I don't know because I've never fantasized about weddings or like dresses or rings or anything like that. However, I do have friends that have like spent a lot of time thinking about it. And they've been like, this is the type of ring I want, blah, 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 blah. So if it's something as simple as the shape of their ring that they want to communicate, I think that's fine. Because
I think rings might be the exception.
Rings might be the exception.
Because it's a huge investment. It's like a huge symbol for the marriage and engagement and all that stuff.
But like I don't know a lot about rings.
Yeah, a lot of guys don't.
So
and they do like some sort of like direction.
Do the girls be like, oh yeah, my ring size is this? Like,
so honestly, the way that I've seen it done with like I would say like 80% of my friends that are married is that they will like talk about the ring because it's not like they don't know that they're going to get engaged at some point.
Yeah.
They just won't say anything about the proposal or anything. Their parents have already talked. They've already met, whatever. they know that a ring is coming, they'll be like, hey, let's go to a shop, and we go and we generally just point out the types of rings that you like. They'll be like, oh, like these are the, you know, these are cute to me, these are cute to me. And then they leave. The guy will go back and make it.
Pick it. And
You know his best decision.
When there's a sister. When there's a sister who can be like, hey,
your sister or the sister of the partner?
The sister of the bride.
Or the bride.
Either, because then you have a wing woman to direct you.
I think it's better if it's the sister of the bride, because you know what she knows exactly what her taste is.
Exactly.
When it's your own, like,
but that still helps too.
Well, either way, like you could, you know, take them out and be like, hey, so like, you know, what would you want?
Yeah.
And then if it just makes it easier, because at that point, that makes sense. Like, what's it called? There was a situation in this was in high school where I don't know about like this stuff, right? So somebody wanted a ring and I didn't know that, right? And
a ring from you?
Yeah.
Oh, ring a promise ring. A promise ring.
I don't know what it's called. I don't know about it at all. Okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know what a
if
promise ring is.
If they want a ring, that literally means it's a promise ring. Okay, and do you know what a promise ring means?
Like you promise
that
to stick together?
Yeah, for like the long run.
Okay.
Wow,
so
you was making promises early.
I didn't even know about all. I didn't know the game.
He went to the jewelry store, got his sister.
No, I was like, I don't.
He went to the 25-cent thing in turn.
25-cent.
I was apparently getting hinted at, and I'm super oblivious to like.
So was that like normal in your school? Because like I've never seen a ring, promise ring.
The only time I've seen a promise ring is like as like grown girls.
I've seen it.
So it's like popular in your school. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I guess it was a thing, and I don't like
necklaces, earrings. I know that's a thing. Like, okay, they might give it a piece. Rings are like
I thought all of that stuff in high school was so beyond me and what I like care about, anyways, that I would just do as they do, just to be like, okay, like I guess that's what happens, like with prom and this and that, like, you know, getting a corsage, what is it called, like I don't know, like all that stuff, and what you're supposed to like match and do. You have to show us
your prom pics one day.
I hated that.
Wait, have you ever seen them?
No, I haven't seen them.
I hated all of that stuff, right? So I'm just like, whatever, just like tell me what to do. I would ask my sister, like, if she would like just be like, just do this and that and stuff a lot of times, but I just like thought it was so whack, right? So I was getting hinted at some point. I didn't like know. I'm just like, whatever. And then like a friend of hers was like, hey, you should get this, and like showed me the image of the thing and like
the promise ring
of the ring. And
were you like, this is expensive? Was it cheap? Like, was it metal?
Was it within a price range of a common high schooler?
Yeah.
It was like,
like what?
I think so.
Like,
I think
how much was it?
It was like,
if it's anything over like 125, it's over.
No.
Okay.
I think it was like, I don't want to say over 50.
Okay.
I don't think it was over.
Okay, so doable.
Maybe 60. I don't think so though.
Okay.
Damn, that's an Xbox game, dude.
I know. Like PS3.
PS3.
So yeah, I was just like, wait, so you want me to buy this for her? It's like, yeah, because she wants it. I'm like, well, why didn't she tell me that? And she's like, oh, because then like, you know, she wouldn't really say that. I was like, wait, so I just buy it and then I give it to her? And she's like, yeah, she'll like it. I was just like, but it's not from me though. It's like, no, it'll be from you. And I'm just like, yeah, but like that, I wouldn't have gotten this. And it was just a back and forth thing. She's like, just trust me, just do it. And then I did it and I gave it to her and she was all like, oh my God. And I was like,
was she crying and stuff?
I don't know.
Okay. She's probably, no, but
I was still confused.
I can see
she was
it.
like happy.
But then I was like, okay, well, here's like some other stuff that I got. Like that was actually like
meaningful.
I'm an artist, bro. Like,
or you like painted something.
Yeah. Like I write, I do
poetry.
I do stupid cheap shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best.
No, but yeah, that's valuable.
But that's what I know how to do. I don't know
how to buy the ring.
Like I do what I know.
So, so when you're proposing, you're just gonna have art, poetry, no ring.
No, like that.
What is ring when our relationship is symbolic?
That is a traditional enough thing that I like.
Here's a poem I made you.
Because you can't wrap it around your finger, but you can wrap it around your heart.
No, because like with that, when you propose, you can say things like my shit gonna be fire.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm not worried about that. And that's traditional thing anyways. Like I know the process.
So you gave her the poem.
The stuff with this, I don't know about that. So I was just like kind of confused about like when it comes to.
Did she appreciate the art?
Oh
when
yeah,
you gave it to her?
Of course.
Okay.
More than the ring?
Yeah, I mean like it's a.
But she's like, oh, this is nice. Oh my God, the ring.
Yeah.
if you give somebody a sentimental thing,
Yeah.
and like, you know, you're able to pull on their heartstrings. Like if you're somebody who puts in a lot of care into your art, then it's gonna have the effect. Like people are gonna feel because there's gonna be something that touches them in some way. So I'm never worried about that aspect because I do it a lot for many people, and so that's never pressed me. But the whole like, I feel bad because I'm like, I'm really not good with like money related things. Like if you want me to buy something, just tell me.
Yeah.
Cause it's just a.
So you do prefer like what this girl's doing in this picture, telling the
Just
man, like,
telling?
get me the ring,
Yeah, but
get me this.
but the thing is like,
I think it also
It's
matters
how they
where
say it.
you
I don't
are in your
understand.
relationship too.
True.
Like, are you guys like dating in like the first 3 months, or are you guys married? Like, if you're married, it could be like, babe, like I like really
Yeah.
thinking about getting this blah 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 thing. I don't think that's bad to be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, like I want to get this, and they go out and get it for you. That's not being like
The promise ring though?
wait. What do you mean?
Like, what about the promise ring?
can we not do that?
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
Dissection of that. No,
I don't like calling it a. Is it a promise ring?
It
Like
is
I don't
a
think
promise ring.
that's what. I think
Fast,
it's
you
just like a
literally,
ring.
you literally gave a girl a promise ring,
Isn't- no,
and then you
I think
broke
it's
the
just-
promise.
I think it's just jewelry. I think it's just a ring. I don't think it has to be
So
a
why
promise
is
ring.
that special?
No, if it was anything, if it was just anything, it
Like,
would
you
be
could-
like a
you could give a
necklace.
girl
It
a
would
necklace. You could give a
yeah,
girl a ring.
A ring is a promise ring.
A ring is
You don't give a ring unless
More
it's
valuable,
a promise
right?
ring.
What finger do you wear the promise ring on?
Well, you can wear it on this one, but some people put it on this one.
The ring finger?
Yeah, a ring finger on either hand.
Mm,
So what
I mean-
finger did she put it on?
I don't remember.
I think the
I don't
ring
look-
is
that's what
more
I'm saying, like-
symbolic than a necklace or earrings, right? Like, am I wrong, right?
A ring is way
I
more
wrong, right?
symbolic
Yeah.
than a necklace or earrings.
Listen,
That's a promise ring.
It's,
is
it's
not the
more
point.
real. It's
Promise
more
ring.
real.
This is not the
If I
point.
was dating a guy for like 8 months and he gave me a ring, I would be like worried if we weren't already talking about marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, whoa.
Why don't you just
ring?
wait till we
Yeah,
propose?
like why are you giving me a ring,
Yeah.
fam? Like shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I just the thing is like I don't find. I guess it's special to them, but like it's not. It's not special from me.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
you don't want to do it.
Do what?
Like
Be
get
told?
that ring. Like if that situation happened again, you wouldn't like get that ring. You
I would
give
just
her,
say like
art or
if
poetry
that's
or
what
something.
if that's what you want to like wear the. I don't
If
mind
that's what
it.
you
Like, it's
really
fine.
want, then here. That's
Okay,
basically what you're
also like let's not say that like all I do is make art and poetry. I find very sentimental gifts.
Yeah.
What's wrong
I
with
buy
that?
expensive gifts and I
Okay,
give
okay.
people nice things. Like it's not about art. It's not about art and poetry. It's about sentimental value for me. So if you value the art or something,
Okay.
then okay.
Like if the girl liked an RC car that was $300, you would get it for her.
yeah,
And you'd be
yeah,
happy to
I
get
would
that.
like. I would want to like get a custom RC car or something.
You just
like
didn't
that.
like how she probably told her friend, I want him to buy this ring for me. She came and gave you that information, and then you bought it and handed it right back to her.
Like say we were like walking by in a mall or something and she was like, oh my God, like that's a really cute ring. Then I have it in the back of my head. That's different. You
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
The cloth is different now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This cloth was foreign cloth.
Yeah.
This was imported from a place I don't know. and I was told that it needs to be basically exported. I am basically like the freaking cargo train.
Yeah.
That's what I am.
Yeah.
I'm cargo.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think what it comes down to is like how you say it, and also like the maturity of the girl too. That poor girl probably wouldn't do that as an adult, right? Like she did as a high schooler, had that whole situation.
And it
happen.
seemed like that was the vibe of the high school.
No.
Yeah.
It was
So, like,
there's nothing. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just blaming.
over here shit talking your ex-girlfriend
All right, let's calm down.
that you gave a promise ring to.
dang, promise ring.
Amber is gaslighting.
Dude, a promise. That's huge,
That's,
man.
yeah. I didn't know that Faras was engaged before.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome. Congrats.
Thanks everybody for listening to another episode. Let's end it like that because this is what you guys do.
Go ahead.
Any other thoughts on this?
No.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. People, listen. There needs to be. I always say this. There needs to be proper communication and like the value. Like I don't like. I think I've told you this on your situation too. I don't like the friends, bro. The friends piss me off.
friends.
The way that the friend did it is different though.
No, she's a very nice friend. I don't have a problem with her.
No, I'm saying that like it seems like she's like, hey, look at this exact thing. Whereas when I don't approach the
dude,
my friend's boyfriend or husband,
yeah.
and be like, hey, she's interested in this. When they ask me, hey, it's her birthday coming up, has she talked about anything? Or like, hey, she mentioned liking so and so's bag. Can you tell me what the name of that bag is?
That's
like, where
okay.
can I get it?
I
That's
don't like
sweet. I think it's fine to go to a friend as long as it's not done like the friend is approaching the.
I don't like the assistant
Yeah.
behavior.
Yeah, like
My client says that this is the list of
Yeah.
things that is in demand for her, so that you guys can continue this. But I also that never happened to me. But I'm just saying,
But, like, what if
some people are treated that way?
you said yourself, you're oblivious to that type of stuff.
Yeah.
What if it was literally that?
Yeah,
that
and
you're
also
so
you said that
oblivious?
she was hinting it to you and you didn't get it.
Apparently,
So like maybe she's just like, all right, this dude's a dumbass. Let me send my friend in. All right, tell him to get me that ring.
Yeah.
and then maybe
So
that was
she
the
was
last resort.
trying and you didn't pick up on the hint.
Like, do you think that could have been it? Like,
okay. Say we're
So if
in
you
like
followed that first path that she was trying to lead you down, she wouldn't have to take a pit stop and have her friend come in and
Yeah.
intervene.
if we were like taking a walk on a beach, okay, and there was something that somebody saw, right? Some girl saw that, like she's like, oh, like this shirt is really cool, right? All right, cool, noted, right? Keep walking along, blah blah blah. Whatever happens, I don't get the shirt, okay? And it's like, yeah, you hinted it, but maybe I was taking note of other things, okay? And then when I propose, it's
I feel
at
like-
the beach. At the same beach that we first took a walk on.
but what if she wanted that shirt?
Yeah, what if she wanted the shirt more than the
Bro,
proposal?
screw the shirt.
Where's the shirt?
What if she
You
wanted?
You
What if
missed the
she,
sentimental value.
what if she wanted the shirt more than the proposal?
I'll get her a shirt of the shirt on it. Like, remember this shirt? And it'll be
With some art and poetry.
and it's not even the real shirt. He hand drew the shirt on it, hand painted
I
into
want
it.
to put this out there for my future queen. I'm not a cheap person.
He's not gonna get your hints. That's the biggest
They're
thing. He's
making
not
me
gonna get your
seem
hints.
like a cheap and lazy person.
No, you're not cheap.
No,
you just don't
not
get the
lazy.
hints. You don't get the
You
hints.
don't get the hints.
I just no. I form the hints.
You'll make your
No.
own hints.
Like you won't even see what I have planned coming. I know what you want, but you
You
didn't
don't
even,
know what she wants because
No,
she
no,
tried
no.
to tell. She tried to let you know.
Amber, simple things. These are simple things.
It was a ring. She
You are-
literally sent her friend and was like, "Go tell this man."
A promise ring, not just a ring.
Yeah, she was like, "Yo,
Amber. These are okay. If you're into Harry Potter, okay,
Yeah.
I could get you a wand, okay, or I could take you to Harry Potter World.
Yeah,
you see the difference.
And you didn't do either for
Yeah.
her because she
You
still
didn't
was
take
like,
her to Ring World or
yeah,
whatever.
you didn't take her to the jewelry shop.
How do you know what I did?
Did you
and
take her
didn't
to the
do?
jewelry shop?
How do you know what I did and didn't do?
You take her
It
to
sounds
Justice.
like you said
Oh,
because
that's where you went to Justice.
yeah, it sound because the reason why we know is because you said straight up, I was given hints that I apparently didn't pick up on, and then her friend came up and said, "So you told us. You told us." I think that the people have heard enough of this
Future
debacle.
Amazing.
I'm not cheap. You're gonna get gifts that you didn't even think you wanted, and you'll appreciate them.
They're all gonna be hand drawn
or written.
or written.
It's been another week.
Another flavor.
A little less stranger.
We'll talk to you next time.
I've been walking down the street like an alien. They say time will heal, but I don't have patience.